Yeah. right, good morning, everybody. Steve, can you hear me? Just doing an audio check here, make sure that you guys can hear me. And let me do a All right, Steve, can you hear me? All right, great. Steve, can you see the good morning on there that I just wrote? I just want to make sure I'm live, guys. So the webinar is something new here for me, so I'll just make sure everything's working. Also, we can just hang out a little bit and let people have time to get on if they want to come in. All right, great. We are live, it looks like. Oh, my name is Dave. I like to trade the S&P. So I'll be doing some S&P webinars for us during the weeks. Friday, I can do them, and then I'll probably do some more during the week, depending on our schedule. We're trying to figure that out still. When I did my test on this audio, it seemed to go in and out for me a little bit. So just be aware that it might go a little bit quiet and then come back in. And if it does that, we'll work on that. I may have to get some different software for future webinars. So let's see. I haven't even looked at the markets here this morning. Young kids, right? Let's see what non-farm payroll did for the euro dollar. That dropped down. Nice level. So we should see a little reaction right here. We got this consolidation right here. Price came right into that area, and I would expect it to come back and fill up into here possibly. Keep going lower. We'll start taking out these lows here and come into this level here, which is very possible. Let's see what's going on with pound. Now, one thing that's interesting that just kind of I see right off the bat is there's a little bit of divergence. So if you look at these lows here, we're lower low there, and on the euro, we're up higher here. So there could be some buying pressure in the euro right now. Let's see what the dollar or the daily looks like. We didn't take out this high today, so that makes me think that we came back down into these levels right at the middle of this area. You know, long-term traders would look at this and say, well, we'll see if we can find an opportunity to go long there. We'll wait to see what kind of reaction is there. We don't trade non-farm payroll necessarily, but for longer term trades, if you're going to hold on to a trade for a couple weeks, yeah, Steve just so I'll have to work on that for next week's video. I'll probably get some different software. I've had that problem with even the weekly videos I've done for the analysis run into that problem. Bear with me, guys. Sorry about that. May have to turn it up and then turn it way down when I start shouting in your ear. So, yeah, longer term trades. If you're going to hold a trade for 2, 3 weeks, a couple months, these are the areas that you would typically be looking at opportunities to buy in. Because you could buy in this area down here, and the only problem is, let's see. So you got these equal lows down here that price could come down to, and really equal lows down here. So there is targets down below that I'd be concerned about, but you could take a small position, kind of step into it a little at a time, and start targeting these highs. If this is going to go down, you're probably going to be taking out this high and then drive it down pretty quick. So right now we are in a bullish market structure. We got a low, a higher low, possibly another higher low. We're breaking highs. So just on Euro US dollar, which I don't trade too much, we would be looking at targeting these up here. But right now on non-farm payroll, this is such a strong move. You don't really want to be buying that like that. You want to see some sort of reaction on that because this could just keep driving right down. But if you're looking at a value play on position, these areas are pretty good. But like I said, I wouldn't personally be interested too much until it took out these lows and we got above this area here. Then you can start looking for some longs again. First pound, yes, pretty weak. We have this whole area down here that price may want to come down to. Got these lows. That'd probably be the next target today. Slow. If it comes back up, we're looking into this area. We're taking out these lows. This looks like it'll probably come down and take off this right now. I don't really even look at the numbers for the non-farm payroll because they don't really mean much. I don't know what they mean anyway. So yeah, I just look at price action, what price is doing after it. Really, right now is kind of the best time if you do trade non-farm payroll. Right now is kind of an ideal time to be looking at trades. You don't really want to be in it right when that news comes out. You want to wait and see the reaction, and then you can possibly get into a position. Anytime I've ever made money on non-farm payroll, it's been in that situation where I just waited half hour, even an hour, to see what's going on, what price is doing, and let them tip their hand a little bit before you get in. So yeah, British pound. All right, let's get back. Well, dollar yen on the daily chart. Wow, that drove up nicely. Yeah, in the beginning of the week, for my analysis, this is what I was looking at, talking about price coming into these levels. We actually took a little trade in here. I don't remember where it was anymore, but we got a little bit, but it came back down. Then the next day was a nice opportunity to get at. And here, I believe it was. And it shot up. No, right there was the trade that I was looking at on my personal. I couldn't get it out to you guys, but that was about nice. So on dollar yen, back to the daily chart. So we have this level is coming into right now, all this consolidation. So you want to see what happens here. Again, this could be a possible short um, play. And really, if you come all the way down, short-term targets would be down here at the 109.75 area. Up targets and consolidation up here. You got these ranges. Really, that's what I do is I kind of start my day by going through different um, levels that I'm interested in looking at and seeing if prices can go to them or bounce off them is ultimately your biggest decision you have to make. Let's see, gold, it's falling a little bit. I still expect gold to go higher. I like these levels up here. We haven't taken off these highs yet. Right there. We got this high, we'll come back down. So on gold, I would be looking for, where are these? Gold comes back down into, let's go off this high here. That would be an opportunity to take a look for a long. I don't know if it'll get down there. This is a weekly chart. All right, daily chart. All right, so we have lows here. I'm gonna take out this low. Take out that today. While we're talking right here. And I might test this low today. That'd be quite a move down. That'd be interesting for next week. Because then, if it breaks this low and it comes down here and takes this out, we'll be looking at, this area for a short. Because really, it would need to get above here for me to be interested in long then. But if it doesn't take this out and it starts trading up here, then we'll be looking for longs. So this is kind of my area. This is my middle ground where I'm not interested in anything long or short here. I want to be trading either below this area or above it. See what the 4-hour chart. Yeah, we'll take that out. No, we took out these highs and we snapped back down. That's interesting. So yeah, anything in here I'm not interested in. No, I want to be below this or above that. But we'll look at that a little bit more next week. See what the rest of this day plays out. We'll have a little bit idea where I'm going. Let's see. All right, let's get the S&P. The main reason we're here today. So let's look at our weekly chart quick. And it kind of looks like we have some railroad tracks here by the end of this week. This might close right on last week's low, right where price is right now. So if price stays and consolidates without railroad tracks, that's a candle pattern that's for this instance would be very bearish. That's not necessarily something I trade off of, but it just gives us insight of what price is doing. Obviously, we're in this is a weekly chart again, so I mean this crazy uptrend. So people shorting this really struggle making money unless you're really short term. People that are making money. That's what we want to keep doing. It's been hard to find a good place to get in on this because it is just such an uptrend and really doesn't give you I mean, there's no, you see any wicks on the bottom of these? Very little, right? Like in this area there is, but this is basically consolidation. Because we got wicks up, wicks down. And all the big candles, they don't give you much opportunity to buy on the down on this. Pretty incredible, actually. A little bit more consolidation here, which we're getting into right now. So we came down and tested this level. It looks like we're getting a little reaction off it. But again, I'll be interested to see what happens on this weekly chart where we close this week. If we get those railroad tracks and get some continuation, we could test this consolidation down here on the weekly chart. That would be quite a retrace, but it would be healthy. It'd be nice to have. I would definitely like that. When price just goes up like this and keeps going, it gets a little, at least me personally, I don't care for it because it just makes me suspicious of them, all of a sudden really driving it hard down on us, which I don't want unless I'm in it. So daily chart, we're coming to this consolidation. You see this reaction already. So what I do when I start my day, this is usually when I get going around 8 o'clock. I get home from dropping the kids off from school and taking care of those things, and I sit down at the chart and I start really just laying out levels. I'm day trading the S&P. I stare at the weekly chart like I did. What's it doing? Where did it start? Where's it at right now? Put it on the daily chart. Same thing. What did it do the last few days? Well, it's down, right? Last few days we've been coming down. We had a little consolidation here that we're breaking out of today a little bit. We're coming down into support area. Then I started going down to the 4-hour chart is where my levels for my day trades start. I just started looking for areas that I'm interested in. Price could go to or price will come from. Now I'm expecting some sort of bounce here. All this consolidation, this support should lead to some sort of bounce. We already got a little bit, but I would like some more. So we could lay out some levels up here. I start looking for areas. And I'm just looking at, all right, we got some touches here, some touches. That's on the 4-hour chart. Obviously on, right now, short-term downside, below the day. That would be our downside target if we sell anything up in this area. I go to the hourly chart. I do the same thing. Now, just quick, got some highs up here. So, this is all an area that price will probably get to again. Shorter term, I won't be looking for that today though. We're just doing little day trades here. Have these highs. Kind of wicked up above these equal highs here and it broke down. So it's definitely bearish right now. So what I do then is, all right, we're coming into support, we're bouncing off it. What are we looking at? Is it going to come back down and test it, or how far we're retracing where we're looking? And I just have to decide, first of all, where my levels are that I expect price to get to, that I'm interested in. And then I have to decide, all right, do I want to trade to those areas or do I want to trade from those areas? And that's my two decisions, or really my one decision I need to make on every trade is, all right, I like this level. This blue line, 28.16 is a level. Now, if I go down on my charts, is there a way for me to get in and trade to it? Or do I want to wait and when it gets into this area, look for a short? And you can do both. Like right now, we could look at going long. See, we got looks like there's some buying in here. We're coming off of support. Let me see. Look at something quick on my charts. all I'm doing right now, guys. I don't have it on here. I just want to see what the other indexes are doing. The other indices, the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq, seeing if they're kind of doing the same price action as the S&P or if it's totally different. What I found is Nasdaq tends to be a little jittier. Jitterier, is that a word? Than the other two. The Dow Jones and the S&P seem to be a little smoother. Nasdaq will run really fast and usually sooner than the other ones, but it could often it just runs in the opposite direction when you're looking at intraday charts like this. But right now, just looking at it, looks like they're both kind of doing the same price action. So we'll hold off on this right now. We could, if we get another rejection, what I would like to see, we're not trading this. I don't recommend any trades today. We're just getting involved in price and working with it. That's really, if you guys want to trade on your own, I know we're a signal service. We want to put out signals for you guys to take and make money, which we believe you will if you take our signals. You could do that, but if you want to do your own trading, get a demo account, and just pick one instrument, whether it's the euro, dollar yen, S&P, whatever it is, and just look at that one instrument every single day and really get intimate with it. If you watch it every single day, you'll get used to how it moves, and you'll kind of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's it's kind of like you're, I don't know, I don't even know what it could be. I was in my head, my dog came into mind. My dog just, like, she knows when it's time for go for a walk. She knows when it's time to eat. She knows when it's time to go to bed. I don't need to even tell her anything. She just knows my habits, what I do on my daily basis, and she knows. And it's kind of the same thing with trading. Is if you spend, it takes time. You got to be in here every day looking at it and just watching what price does, taking trades, and going with that. And eventually, you'll start looking at your demo account results and like, I'm starting to win some here. I'm starting to get on these win streaks, and you do that for a while, and you'll get it. But what's kind of neat about our service is, we'll give you our signals that you can make money while you're learning on your own, and we'll help you with these webinars and stuff too. But right now, S&P looks like it's going to go a little bit lower here. If it breaks, so you know what I would do. If it breaks above this level here, we could take a long and look for it to get up into here. I want to see rejection down here. I'm not interested in anything short, really, even though it is such a strong bearish market on the short term here. Yeah, we could come down to these lows down here. I don't know if it'd go any further today. I really don't know. S&P seems to be when it wants to go. Like, last couple of days, it's wicking consolidation. Drive down. Let's look at this. We have drive down. Yeah, consolidation. Can we get another drive down? That would take out these lows down here. We could be looking at that. This is a 1 hour chart, so it's bearish, right? On the 1 hour chart, it's bearish. So short-term trades, we really should be looking for sells. I kind of go through this. I keep going back and forth, either talking myself into or usually talking myself out of trades, which is better. I have to talk myself into probably not a good one. So we'll see what price does down here in this level. I would actually like it to come back up. Because in the back of my head, I always have the long-term perspective in mind. And it's so that the easiest money in this market is bullish atmosphere. Even if you're obviously in the short term with a downtrend, you have these equal highs here that I'm interested in. You got this level I'm interested in. So get this candle. Got a few minutes left to close. So if this candle comes down, so let's watch for this. This is all demo account. This is just getting involved in playing around with it. So I'm expecting this to close kind of where it's at. I'm expecting it to take out this low down to there, and then see if we can get something like that. This is kind of what I do when I'm not, well, while I'm trading, I do this. And if I'm not trading and I'm just watching price, you want to start trying to predict price. And you're wrong and you're right, but the more involved you get in the charts, start looking at it, and all right, this is what I wanted to do to see if it happens. So if this happens, we will take demo trade above that high right there. And we'll put a stop loss, whatever this candle's low is, we'll put the stop at. Okay. Now don't take these trades. This is again non-firm payroll. I'm not taking this trade. I'm just showing you guys price action and what I look for. This is just what I do every day, playing around in the charts and start projecting what I think price is going to do and trying to make some money on it. That's how I go about it. On this, we're in a 15-minute candle right now. I already have some buying pressure. Let's go down to the 5, see what it's looking like here. All right, so yeah, on the 5 we have a little bit more detail, right? So we have this consolidation. All I'm interested in right now is this level. Watching this candle down here. So we had this consolidation run here, right? Kind of did this little wedge thing. And it broke down. It took out this level down here and it snapped back up. Now, this really gives us a lot of information. What I would anticipate this doing is going up now. But if it starts coming down, then it breaks down, it's going to go lower. Let's see, we got this bullishness right now. So let's look at this. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens. All right, this is demo. Don't take a live look on this, right? We're just playing with price. We'll put take profit up there, and we'll do a tight stop on S&P. Every 1 point is $50 on S&P mini, and within that point is 4 ticks. So every tick is $12. S&P, you could, you want to be careful. That's why a lot of people, they scalp the S&P because it's a little bit, and they just take like 1 or 2 points off the S&P. They'll be making $50 per contract at a time. But it is a kind of a nice scalper's asset class to go into, and it's very heavily traded too by day traders and things like that. So we'll wait and see what happens. It's still in this consolidation, so it broke this high, which is good. Okay. So market structure is bullish. It came back down. So we don't want it to go back here. If it goes below here, it's a bad trade. We want out of it. See if anyone's telling me my audio is bad. All right. End of the week, non-farm payroll. I wouldn't really expect too much more movement, to be honest with you. And I never trade this on S&P non-farm payroll. I don't think I ever have, to be honest with you. I've traded Forex on non-farm payroll before. The Dow Jones and NASDAQ. NASDAQ is kind of doing the same thing, kind of pushing higher. So NASDAQ would be looking at this level, possibly. Go down here. A possible push up to there. Down. I don't want it to go this area. The trade's bad. Let me take us out. Yeah, NASDAQ. Dow Jones. Sure if I have it on this demo coming up. Bitcoin, anyone in Bitcoin? Bitcoin's getting slaughtered. Stick with that. NASDAQ's moving up. What's our S&P doing? Look at Bitcoin quick. I'm just interested. It's funny. No one ever asked me anything about trading. And all of a sudden, in the span of 3 days, my wife came home and she asked me if I traded Bitcoin. She never asked me anything about trading. And all of a sudden she's asking me a bit about Bitcoin. And then the next day or that weekend, it was around Christmas. I was in the jewelry store talking with a guy and told me I trade, and he's like, "Oh, you trade Bitcoin?" And then I had a friend like literally call me up and said, "Hey, what do you know about Bitcoin? I'm thinking about getting into it." And so as soon as that happened, I knew we'd probably hit a top on it. And sure enough, it was just under the $20,000 mark. So it's interesting to see how people react to that stuff. Now we're at 8,700. So quite the drop. I told my buddy that I'm not interested in it because he said his brother made like $700 on it or something, like 300%. And I asked him if he was still in it. He said he didn't know. But he texted me again this last weekend wanting to know more about it. And I told him to stay out of it, or at least I'm not interested till like 5,000, to be honest with you. Even even then, I mean, I don't even really know how you trade it, to be honest with you. I never traded it before. But 2,500, 3,000, I would take a look at it just because there's bound to be some sort of bounce back, some sort of interest if it gets that low. But I would be about so a lot of people trade it. Yeah, S&P doing. Come on, follow that NASDAQ. NASDAQ's moving up. S&P, you gonna follow? S&P and the Dow Jones are weighted down. So what's happening now, you can look at this and see gold. Keep NASDAQ, Bitcoin, get rid of Euro, get Euro too. So right now the NASDAQ's moving up and S&P isn't. It's lingering. They're either holding it and they'll follow suit, or it shows that there's selling pressure in the S&P. I wish I could get Dow Jones has got it behind here. Uh-oh. We're going to take it out. So if this goes up, if it closes down below here, try to go for another run. I don't see it on here. Is that it? US30. Just yeah, that's it right there. All right. So, all right, gold. Do this. All right. So this is Dow Jones is pushing down. S&P is pushing down. Probably gonna take a solid. And NASDAQ's pushed up and it's rejecting. So what we'll do, if this takes us out, we're gonna look at this candle. And if it retests, we'll trade down to it. We'll sell it. All right. Gotta be kind of nimble on these markets. Don't over leverage on stuff. So now we're in this consolidation. So let's take a short stop there. I just don't know how much follow through we're going to get after non-farm payroll. So what we could be looking at is, let's see, we got a rundown. And getting our rundown. All we're doing is we're just getting involved in the market on a demo account. A lot of funds, guys, don't do that. I'm not trading my money on this, and we're just watching price and seeing what it does. Really kind of the same thing right now. Above here, we'll go long. Below here, we'll go short. The consolidation price came down, took out stops, wicked back up, took out stops. Now it's come back down. See really where we're at. We might have been right the first time. I just haven't stopped too long. Right there. So I don't have a stop in right now, do I? So where do I want this? Well, I can't go above this or else it's going. Right? So we gotta put a stop in there. Where we could just get wicked back and forth. Now where's our highs? High here. Low down here. And get this level here and these levels up here. I should put it on the screen in case you guys can't hear me talk, because I know the audio is quiet. I should put. Not trade life funds on these trades. We're just getting involved in the market. I can't stress that enough, guys. This stuff that I did for years on a demo account and on live accounts. Which I only did it on demo accounts until I started actually making money. But like most, you throw in money because you start wanting to get something out of it. It rarely works out. I didn't have anyone that gave me trades, or I would love to have a company, like what we are doing, where we put out live trade with traders that have been making money, have been trading for many years, and at a reasonable price to actually make some money while you learn this. I think we have a pretty awesome service that we're providing for you guys, and we're real excited about it because we have your best interest in mind, and we want you to make money. All the trades that I put out personally, I'm doing live funds on, and I know that's the case. Well, I think that's the case. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing on their live accounts, but me personally, every trade I put out will be a live account on my end. So I only put out the best ones that I think will be making money. And we'll be wrong. I had a good one this week for um, dollar yen. Put out a trade this week that didn't really give us our big payout that I wanted until a day or two later. But you just got to take little bits of profit when you can get it, and leave a little bit on for a run, and that's where you make a good chunk of money when it does run for you. And they do run. I don't know if I can find a chat on here. Anyone's got any questions? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Sound is choppy. Marcus, yeah. Marcus, you still there? Can you hear me? This looks like we might get a winner here. Let me push down. So our profit target on this, well, let's go to an hourly chart. Go a little further. Look at this area here. To just hold on. S&P sometimes kind of lingers a little bit. You gotta be patient. But these patterns are usually pretty good. As you see, it's just kind of wedging down. Those tend to just kind of eventually push through. And we're gonna need this push through now on this. And we don't want it to come back up anymore. I don't want it to come above. See, if we have consolidation, it breaks down and it goes back up. I'll leave this here. I don't like that. I want to push through. We want continuation through this consolidation. If it breaks down, we should get a nice run down. Down to this level here. See, we'll take this slow. So right now we want price to go close above this line. Dow still wicking. So on the Dow Jones, on the daily chart, we have right in the middle of that, we have a low. There. These lows. So I think it should come down. These levels here. Nasdaq's running down now. So wispy. All right. Keep going. All right. Now we want to put this down. We don't want price to go above that. And really, if I'm looking at this, I don't want price to really come up. Even these lows. I don't want price coming up in here at all. And put that down. We want to drive lower. Profit target, put it down here. See if we can get a drive. Now price took out this low here. So if if it rejects this and snaps up, we're going to get a nice run up into this low. Right now I'm targeting this low. So it's rejecting. Let's lower our stop some more. I don't like playing with it much. S&P, you don't want to give it too much room. It does kind of come back and forth a little bit. You have to give it a little bit of room, but not a lot. If it goes against you, you know pretty quick, which is something I like the S&P also. There's a couple reasons I trade the S&P. For me personally, it's the time slot, because the equities open is at 9:30 Eastern time, and for me, I'm in the Central Standard Time zone. It's 8:30 for me, and that's perfect time because no one's home. I got the kids are in school, my wife's at work, and it's just I can sit down, I can concentrate, really focus on my trading, which for me, I need that. You know, if I'm going to be trading, I need to focus on one thing. I used to trade a lot of different things, and I just found that my brain doesn't work that way. It's really difficult for me to be looking at a lot of different things at one time and do a really good job. The Forex I trade, Forex I've gotten up for London Open for a number of years and traded that, you know, from 1 to 3 in the morning my time. But I found that it's a little difficult sleep-wise that way. You know, I'm trying to deal with my children and take care of my family. It's not good if I'm super tired and irritated after a week of being up all night long. You're only getting a couple hours sleep. And then New York Open for me is for the um, currency markets 7:30 in the morning, which at that time I'm taking care of my kids, getting them ready for school, making breakfast and lunch and all that. So it's hard to count. All right, this is moving nice. It should take this low out now. So I'll go to break even. So I found that the S&P, the open, it's just perfect time. I can usually trade for a couple hours and I'm done for the day. I might look at um, the after lunch hour. There's always, you know, often a couple times a week there's a trade there. So I might sit on that too. But for the most part, um, for me, my time zone from 8 o'clock till 10:30 is when I'm looking for trades. All right, well, I took that out. Now we want to, let's do this. Let's, uh, off by order. We want to market execution on this. 0.75. Can't do that. I don't know if I took a big enough trade. 0.5. What do I have? I only have 0.1. Let's see. 0.07. All right. So, no, it's too close. So I wanted to take some partial profits here. I think it's going to go down here, but I don't like this reaction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the stop a little bit. I want to lock in some profits, right? I should have taken a bigger so I could do that. Oh, yeah, I can't do it. So let's wait and see what happens. We might just close it. We took out this low. Might as well close in some profits. I don't know. Let's see what we got on those two trades there. Well, we lost a little money. First trade was a little bit bigger than the second one. So, but that's kind of how I do it during the day. I'm just getting in and out of the markets, getting involved in it. Now, this is what I'd be looking at for the rest of the day. If I'm still looking for price to come down here, I'd be looking for this type of scenario. Just come back up, retouch, and then drive back down to there. Or if you're still interested in longs, the price would need to go up, come back down. So this is what you do. You just kind of like, all right, if price comes here, maybe I'll take, see if I can get it come down. That's why I trade pretty small lot sizes, so I can be in and out quite a bit during the day. If I'm really confident, I might take, at the most I've ever taken is a 5 standard lots, and when I'm really confident about something. But usually it's a couple lots, 1 or 2. I like 2 lots. That's seems pretty. That seems like my ballpark. If I'm looking at a little bit bigger stop, if I'm not real sure about it, I only take 1 lot and kind of test the waters on it and see what happens. So I don't rest too much on my trades. Try not getting too much trouble, and kind of learn that eventually. If you learn that by losing money, that's really helpful. But all right, guys, I don't want to keep you too long. It's been an hour. Um, I hope this kind of show you what I do during the day, and we'll be doing this week in and week out. Like I said, Fridays I got it scheduled for every week, but depending on the other guys and what they're doing, might be other days during the week too. I just don't trade a lot on Fridays, so it's convenient for me to kind of talk to you guys and do it. Yeah, I like this. I think it's going down. Should have just left it. So I think this is what we're gonna get. Drive down. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Drive down, consolidation. Drive down. That's what I anticipated. I wouldn't anticipate it coming back up here until maybe later in the day. They reject it and start kind of working this area. I think we're getting another drive down here. Gonna take out that level that we marked out. I'll sit here and see if it does it while we're in. So it makes me feel good. So every day, guys, your checklist when you're getting in. I like to start with a clean chart every day. And sometimes I find different levels I didn't have the day before or the week before. They usually just stay the same, but sometimes it's just nice to have a fresh eye and down so you can get it. What I have here, 2797.1. It's kind of an odd number. It's not really precise. Let's see, what was I looking at? Yeah, it should get down there. Oh, there we go. Got it. Bingo, baby. Oh, seriously? We're gonna count that. There we go. I'm gonna write insert on bingo. All right. Well, that was fun. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. We will get out some more uh, trade signals and stuff for you next week. We'll do some analysis over the weekend for things we can look forward to next week. Getting into the January is always, kind of iffy, but we should be rolling now. February through up till summer. We should have some really nice trades for you. So thanks, guys. I appreciate your time, and I hope you all have a really good weekend. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to turn this. All right, guys. So have a good one, and I appreciate it. Take care.